Laharoi isn't just a cool underground map. It is the ground zero of a 10,000-year war against a world-ending boss. And did you know that the sun is actually the torn-out heart of a dying mecha? You are witnessing the full Laharoi timeline now. Hello everyone, welcome to PST channel. Game story, movie style, for your busy days. Today, we are summarizing the complete Wuthering Waves lore for the Exorstrider. You will find out exactly what happened during the major encounters, and why this giant mecha is the real MVP of Solaris. Let's get started! The early age of the Soul Calendar. In the distant past, before the etheric sea expanded to blanket the sky across the globe as it does today, the ancestors of the first Roya lived on the surface of the earth. They were a nomadic tribe dwelling in areas amidst the abundant forests and grasslands. In that era, humans communicated and learned the laws of the universe through the sun and the stars, with the deity Soul acting as an intermediary, until they were able to conceive the Soul Calendar, the greatest invention of the tribe's wisdom, possessing highly precise astronomical accuracy, differing from the Solaris Universal Calendar by only a few days. For the Roya, the word Soul was the deity who served as an intermediary, allowing humans to communicate with the universe. However, that warmth was short-lived, when the first Lament, an event that occurred approximately 10,000 years ago, caused the Earth's magnetic poles to shift violently, turning the Roya forests into a new frigid polar region. Countless remnants of star paths and satellites fell from the sky. The Roya could only take shelter within those iron ruins to hide from the endless snowstorms. Years later, the etheric sea finally covered the entire world, and the satellite vessel Arc crashed. The sky was sealed shut. Now, humanity's exploration of space had reached its end due to the etheric sea, and the communication link with the deity's soul was severed, leaving the Roya unable to communicate with the universe to this day. While the Roya lived amidst the bitter cold, suddenly, their sky was shaken by the arrival of two entities from outer space, the giant machine Exorstrider and the civilization-devouring monster, Aleph-1. Exorstrider is a massive mechanical organism created from unknown technology, traveling across the dark void through a portal called the Strider Gate, a power of the Exorstrider, with the mission to deliver a Sentinel to rescue civilizations from the destruction of the Thrunodian. Paradoxical beings born from civilization, but aimed at annihilating it. They can die, but they are reborn every time as long as civilization persists, so one can only seal them away and hope that one day humans will find a way to destroy them completely. Exorstrider vs. Aleph-1, the first encounter. During the transport of the Sentinel to Solaris 3, the Thrunodian Aleph-1 secretly tracked the Exorstrider, hoping to use the Strider Gate to infiltrate the world, leading to a fierce battle on the planet's surface. The Exorstrider was attacked and nearly defeated, but thanks to a miracle from the assistance of Immeth, who traveled back in time from the future, the Exorstrider was able to repel a portion of Aleph-1 temporarily and successfully seal behind the Strider Gate beneath the soil of Laharoi, a trace of which is seen in the giant sword embedded in Laharoi. The shockwaves from this battle caused the civilization on the surface to collapse. The land transformed and subsided violently. As the Royal legends state, in the night when darkness arrived, the sky was pitch black without fire. The earth collapsed. Suddenly, a light as brilliant as the sun appeared amidst that darkness. The result of the battle also left the Exorstrider severely wounded, and it was meant to enter a self-sealing mode for repairs. But as it looked out of the abyss, it found thousands of pairs of terrified Roya eyes about to be consumed by the void matter of Aleph-1. Out of compassion, the mechanical giant sacrificed itself by pulling the reactor core from its chest and burying it deep under the ice layer, before leaving a final command: keep living, then falling into a long slumber. The buried reactor core radiated warmth, becoming a new sun beneath the earth, or what the tribe calls the Heart of Baldur. It began to build a synthetic ecosystem through the exoswarm to restore nature underground, with Solaskin, a special type of exoswarm separated from the Exorstrider's neural cells, acting to absorb energy and return it to restore the Exorstrider's power. Furthermore, the Exorstrider also bestowed the Heliogyre, which created a new time calculation system, the Baldur Calendar, or Bud Calendar. The original calendar, or Soul Calendar, is still preserved for the use in sacred rituals and to commemorate life on the surface, while the new Baldur Calendar is used in daily life and underground agriculture, dividing days according to the 4-color light status of the core: Gold Day / Black Night, and dividing years according to the stability of the power core. The blue year, Blue Deep, signifies peace, and the red year, Red Heave, signifies volatility and chaos. The Bud Calendar and the Soul Calendar do not have the same number of days per year, and the frequency of the New Year change differs as well. But after a long period of time, the dates of both calendars will cycle back to align again. And that day will be the era-changing day, and during the time frame of the game's story, observation data from the Sun-Calling Temple indicates that the end of the second era is currently overlapping with the beginning of the third era. All actions of the Exorstrider are based on the same principles as the Sentinels. That is, to protect and guide civilization. Every year, void storms have blown through to the present day, leaving behind rune marks all over Laharoi, which is the key puzzle piece that forms the map in the Void Dimension in the 3.3 storyline. Time passed for hundreds and thousands of years, until about 100 years ago, the Second Era, establishment of the Space Trek Collective. A survey team from the Pioneer Association tracked a mechanical reindeer herd through valleys and standing stones until they penetrated the 10,000-year-old permafrost and discovered an underground oasis named Laharoi. Although the Pioneer Association tried to keep this discovery secret, information leaked, resulting in malicious outside organizations entering to loot resources, deceive, and treat the tribe unfairly. Worse still, internal rifts occurred when some of the Roya betrayed the tribe by selling technology to outsiders, causing them to be exiled and become outcasts, wandering on the periphery. During that crisis, the leader of the Black Shores stepped in to advise the Pioneer Association to disclose information about Laharoi to the public, forcing various powers to come to the negotiating table under proper legal frameworks. After sitting down for discussions, a peace agreement was born, leading to the cooperation of establishing a central international organization named the Polar Collective. Because Aleph 1 is a Thernodian that did not come from Solaris, if it were to slip in, catastrophe will befall every human on the planet. Later, in the era of Dr. Scott Rabel, who invented the Rabel curve theory of the resonator, the organization was renamed the Space Trek Collective, along with the establishment of the Star Torch Academy to cultivate and find Synchronous, those who possess the qualifications to resonate with the Exorstrider to handle future crises, when Aleph 1 might break through. Students at the Academy have created many scientific monuments, such as the Starward Riseway, modeled after the failed rocket research of Lucilla's former student, which led to her death during that experiment. Or the Planetarium, a work by a student named Mornier that was completed despite costing her her legs. She has now become a professor and a researcher for the Space Trek Collective, co-researching and building the Exorstrider's reactor core. In addition, another significant event occurred at this academy. 20 years ago, Rover, while not yet having lost their memories, became a student at the academy, helped a young royal girl named Immeth and raised her for a time before disappearing from the academy to save the world, leaving Immeth in the care of the institution, until time passed for over 10 years. Exorstrider vs. Aleph 1, the second encounter. A new crisis erupted when the Stridergate rift, used to seal Aleph 1, became severely unstable. Void energy was about to spill over and destroy the underground world, while the technology of the Void Science Department was not yet ready to handle it, a situation caused by the evil organization known as Fraxidus. In that critical second, Immeth, a young royal girl from the Rabel College who possessed the highest potential of her era, decided to perform overclocking to stimulate her own nervous system, so that she could resonate and connect her consciousness directly to the Exorstrider. At this moment, Immeth and the Exorstrider cooperated to repel and successfully sealed the Stridergate. However, the price paid for the power received was immense. Because this connection did not pass through the safe external resonance control system, the neural load transmitted exceeded what a human could withstand. Immeth's physical body could not endure this level of frequency current, and shattered/disappeared during the process. But death could not take her identity away. Immeth's soul transformed into a digital ghost, or a group of living data. She lost her physical body, but gained the ability to infiltrate, move, and appear through network systems, smart machines, and signaling equipment throughout the Academy and Laharoi at will, up to the present day. In this event, the person who actually closed the rift was Hiyuki, who used future powers where she became a Thernodian resonator to seal the rift, a seal which was later unlocked and used as an entry path into the Void Dimension in the third battle against Aleph 1. Beginning of the Third Era, Exorstrider vs. Aleph 1. The third encounter, and then the Great War Part 3, began. According to the royal prophecy, when the Soul and Bud calendars meet, it will mark the end of this era. The sky will collapse, and the world will be submerged into a frigid age. Which means if the battle between the Exorstrider and Aleph 1 occurs on the surface, the third battle occurred when Rover, or the Arbiter, returned to the Star Torch Academy to stop Aleph 1 from entering Solaris. Rover piloted the Exorstrider, which had been installed with a new power core by the research team of Laharoi. The power of bonds and technology pushed the giant machine to evolve, transcending its limits to become a Sentinel. The cooperation of Rover, Immeth, and the new Sentinel, Exorstrider, clashed violently with LF1. Although in the end, it could not completely erase the Threnodian's identity, the Exorstrider unleashed its evolved power to banish LF1 to the furthest reaches of the universe, causing some of the void matter to dissipate. At the second the Strider Gate rift is about to close completely, the Sentinel, having perceived the will of the heart and the fervent hope from the humans in Laharoi, turned to make a final request before Rover, acting as the Arbiter. I was born from the hope of humanity. Please allow it to remain here as a guardian, to stand in the way and prevent LF1 from returning to Solaris 3, until this heart ceases to beat. Once the approval was granted, and before the Strider Gate rift closed peacefully, the Exorstrider bestowed a portion of its power upon the digital girl, Immeth, before the dimensional gates sealed shut, leaving behind the form of the mechanical giant, now renamed Laharoi, standing firm in its duty as the final bastion protecting the planet Solaris on the day LF1 might return. And this is the entire story of the Epic of the Biting Cold and the struggle on the Roya Frostlands. The legacy of the Exorstrider and the sacrifices made at Laharoi will forever echo beneath the ice, leaving a single mechanical heart beating so that humanity can live on. And that's the full story of Wuthering Waves. If you like this video and want to support my channel, that means a lot. I made this channel for fans who love game stories but don't have time to play. On PST, you can enjoy them like a movie. If that's you, let me know in the comments. Take care, and remember, seek the story, watch PST.